So here with Anton, Bryan, Matt, Troy, WA. Families come down to see them.
Yeah, my wife and the kids have just come down to greet us again, which is nice. It's just a reunion.
And tell us about the journey. You're sitting on your two boats that came down the river with. You've got a foil there. You've got, I don't know, what else?
It's been great. Well, yeah, we don't have too much more than what we needed, but yeah, come down the river, about 700 k's, without too many issues. Had a crack in the hull on this boat, which was eventful, but got that sorted.
Through, yeah. So a few stories to tell, though. You guys were walking beside your boat at one point, your side mission, cracked the hole,
It's been a bit going on, yeah.
Day 4 was probably the pretty big highlight for this this crew, this convoy.
Yeah.
Started off actually the night before leaving the woolshed at Upper Back Creek, Amazon Creek, then the back very, very long way into Renmark. I think everyone took about an hour to get there, or at least 3 hours plus. Didn't walk at that point, and then quick feed there, then off to the wine centre.
Yeah.
The back way again. Which there was a lot of walking involved there. Hit some pretty shallow mud flats.
Yeah, we definitely stuck to the theme of adventure.
Yeah.
I think that was it. The side missions, the side creeks, questionable spots where, you know, you're knee-high in mud, but absolutely worth the memory. I think that's exactly what Matt's favourite day was.
And nice perch on a log for you as well.
I was meant to be sawing on one log at one point, but anyway.
All part of it.
Yeah, no, the side missions are what made it half the adventure, though. Definitely well worth doing.
We finished that day off. Quick stop in the berry to get a bit of fuel and a few groceries. Come back to the boat, no dramas. When to get up on the plane, and our feet started getting wet. We're like, well, this isn't normal. Something's wrong here. Got through the lock with a bailing bucket. Troy jumped on their boats and bailing out the whole time we're in the lock, then just trying to get in front of everyone. First beach you could find, we dry dossed it and drained it, and there's about 150 to 200 mil crack at the bottom. So it's lucky we didn't have more. Lucky we didn't have any beers in Berry, because all that stuff might have been floating down the river.
That wouldn't be far off, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you patched it with that tape? Does the tape line up to get you the blocks?
Yeah, I mean, it's a higher tinny too, which is probably the cherry on top. It's like, but if it was our own tinny, we probably would have just left the tape on it and finished the rally on it. Yeah. But yeah, we got it away Loxton, which is another roughly 38k down the river, and not a drop of water coming.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
No, that tape's definitely works wonders. Get a few more rolls of that. Don't know what brand the tape was, but yeah, it'd be a good suggestion for some other teams to pack some. Yeah.
It'd be part of your survival kit, I reckon.
Yep. And then he up to something?
We spun a prop bushing off, but yeah, that was a pretty quick changeover on the bank, so didn't hold us up too much. But yeah, good thing we had a spare.
Yeah.
A few croc slides, but yeah.
Few people falling over, entering the boats and that, but
And how would you explain the tinny rally to people when you go back home?
an adventure.
Yeah. So
You like your camping, like your outdoors, it's definitely for you. But it's one hell of an adventure, that's for sure.
Having driven for the past 2 days as a skipper with a mate of mine, a bit crook, I've had a fair bit to reflect, and I think a high for me really is, you know, getting out there, experiencing something for Western Australia that we don't quite often get. The camping on riverbanks, sandbars, the seeing, you know, the Maley and the Stay Kulkana was just amazing. It's an experience that I don't think you easily get unless you are on a tinny on the river.
freshwater wash is another one. Yeah, no, we don't have that. It's all saltwater. So over there.
I'm almost certain that blokes at work and my mates be wanting to do this. You know, even the father-in-law said, geez, I'd love to do that one day. But the one regret I actually think is we brought too much stuff.
Yeah.
The less is more attitude. Like, I know Dan did have on his page, but it's so true.
Yeah.
I think we have done so much less. And even though a couple of blokes doing it for their misses, you can stop at caravan parks if you need to. So, yeah, it's suitable for everyone, and just depends how adventurous you want to be.
Yeah. You guys are the first guys that I think it's gone up Ramatonga Creek to the wine centre on the rally.
Oh, really? Hey, there we go. These guys.
It's the part of our convoy.
Interestingly enough, he did leave us up.
Yeah.
We even got a mention, didn't we?
So we had Tim and Pete were sticking with our convoy up until after that point, I think, and then
Until you got.
they chose not to follow us much after that.
Until they needed to pull the paddles out, they didn't do much.
So we went up the wine centre as well, Tim.
Yeah, we went up to the wine centre along with we followed these intrepid guys. Wasn't really the best decision we've made, but it was good fun.
Rethinking your life choices when you're walking beside your boat falling across.
No, I sat on the bow with a paddle.
He was the one up to his waist. Yeah, he was the one going, nah, wrong way, boys, we're going this way. So we're like, no.
Yeah. So is that the reason you didn't follow us anymore, Tim, or was there other reasons?
Hey?
Is that the reason you didn't follow us anymore?
No, you guys were broken. We weren't broken. So never leave a man behind, but you guys had each other, so see you later.
So you left them behind once they broke.
Oh, hey.
Once we
They
started
had each
sinking.
other. It was all good.
We needed a shower.
That was more the prerogative with the shower. So.
Worth the walk across the mud flat to cover wine on top of the hill? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
100%. I recommend everyone to go that way.
Yeah. We reckon you could get through there without having to walk it. You just got to choose your lines a bit. But
Oh, the 150 mil of rain helped a few weeks ago. That would have been, I reckon, pretty shallow without that.
Beyond that, there's actually a few. There's a lot. There's actually a few side creeks and missions along the side mission as well, which I think these boys missed a turn and came to a very well-built weir.
Like weir, I think it is. Yeah. So, and I realised, well, I'm not getting up that. So we turned around and came back and eventually found these guys again. And I got to wear the silly goose hat, which I don't see.
the young fella's got a...
Silly goose. That's good.
Yeah.
Mind you, I only wore the silly goose hat for about 4 hours.
Yeah, until the last questionable that I got murdered in.
There was a few, mate.
Bullshit, I wasn't there to defend myself.
It's not about defending.
Any other advice for to a rally and stuff?
But just book it in, and you can always stop and grab stuff in the towns and support them. You don't need to pack too much at all. Like, we pack pretty light compared to a lot of other boats, but there's still stuff we probably wouldn't bring again if we did it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Troy, we rocked up with a swag and a carry-on backpack, and that's it. Hired the rest from Justin, which was great.
Yeah.
But I reckon out of the clothes in my backpack, I used a quarter of them.
You can
Definitely pack warm clothes. There's a few cold nights, but I mean,
That takes that. Yeah.
You can definitely make it adventurous as you want. Like, a couple of people stayed at caravan parks and whatnot. But yeah, us four swagged it all 7 nights.
Those campfires on sandbanks, I'm not going to forget that anytime soon.
Yeah,
So
yeah, nah, well and truly. Some
Anything should bring, like the one or two things definitely bring.
yeah, Baileys.
Cheap Baileys.
yeah.
$12 bottle of Baileys, and that was.
Oh, tell us about this story.
Oh, no, that's the
No, that's bush wine. That's a bush wine story. Surrey Riverbank bushwine cellar.
Yeah.
We found 2 bottles of half-drinking red wine, and well, they had to get taste, and it wasn't vinegar. It was actually quite nice. It was nice. It was very nice. I barely even tasted the vinegar in it. It must have been.
Context to the story: someone else left the bottle of wine.
Yeah.
You found it, and you were going to use it for cooking wine, but you decided to just grab it.
Yeah, you can't waste good wine.
The two boys from Karratha in Western Australia decided, hey, we don't waste a good bottle of wine.
Nah,
How'd you know there was wine in it?
that was half full still. Oh, Tim poured it into a cup first, make sure it was red, not yellow.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That takes.
No.
One more thing, it's actually Tim's 50th birthday.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday, McDonald.
50 years young.
Yeah. These days, I'll start growing up. No, you just get older, right?
Cheers for a good event.